How is everybody today? I am super excited. This is, you guessed it, another challenge. This one is going to be fun. It's going to be a little harder. I am doing a look for less challenge with a DIY on Purpose and Latina Next Door. They are going to be the hosts of the challenge, and as always, I will link the playlist down below so that you can see what other creators have done with this challenge as well, and maybe you can try them too. If you guys ever try any of my DIYs or the challenges, make sure to tag me on Instagram so that I could check those out. I would love, love, love to see them. On my channel, you guys, we do DIYs and we do wood signs. And I am going to shred it down. Do I clip that out or do I just keep going? I think I'm just going to keep going because this is too good to start all over again. So like I said, DIYs and wood signs. This is a channel, you guys, I want to show you that you can be a mom, you could be a spouse, you could work outside the home. You can do it all and you can have it all. And that's what I hope I bring to the table for everybody that watches my channel. Thank you guys for stopping by. If you like what you see, please give me a thumbs up. I was gonna say, Mama is a hot mess. It's Monday, y'all, okay? Subscribe. Make sure to hit that notification bell for all so that you see every time that I post. And let's get into it. All right, y'all, here is our inspiration piece. I found this on Pinterest. It says originally $440, on sale for $219.95. I want you guys to pause this real quick and read the care instructions. I was blown away that if I spent $220, I basically couldn't put anything on my brand new shelf. It kind of cracked me up. But anyways, I'm going to show you how to make this for less. And this is how mine turned out. And I think it's absolutely beautiful. I had this piece of wood, what the shelves are made out of, in my garage forever. I did not know what to use it for. It's beautiful, and I found a way. And I'm going to save what my cost is until the end. So keep watching. Okay, so you guys, you're going to need 2 of these 1 by 2 by 8 pieces of wood. You're going to measure them to 24 inches. Now, I always mark 1 notch above where I'm supposed to. And this is because you have to keep in mind that the width of your blade that you're cutting with. Now, you don't need a saw, you guys. Home Depot, Menards, Lowe's, they will cut wood for you. So if this is something you want to put together yourself, you can definitely go that route. So we are going to be able to get 3 24-inch pieces out of this wood. And this is our nifty speed square, you guys. If you work with wood, you need this. I swear, it makes things so much easier. It has a flat edge on the bottom of it. I mean, you'll see me use it a couple of times during this video. So I'm drawing lines on there just so I have a clear spot of where my blade needs to go. And I'm going to repeat that step for all of these pieces of wood that I will show you during this video. So right here, I am lining these up, and I am just making sure that they are all even with each other, because obviously we don't want the side of our shelf looking all uneven. So I just prop them up against like a flat surface, push them all to the side, and see if any of them need some tweaking. So as far as I know, those look good. And we are going to repeat that step. So as you can see in this one, this is all 6 of our 24-inch pieces. I am pushing them up against the board. Look at the end, you guys. Yeah, we are crooked. Not crooked. We are uneven. So I'm using that speed square again. and then going to the shortest piece of wood, and I'm going to mark my line off, and then I'm going to go back with my saw and make those babies even. All right. I love this thing, you guys. I swear, you guys, this is so beginner. I've never made a wood shelf before. I promise you, okay? Never made one before. This was my first attempt at it, and I did it all by myself. My husband, like, he was just in the garage at the end and ended up helping me, but like, I was proud of myself. I woke up this morning and looked at the shelf and was like, I made that. And I took a million pictures because I was so proud of it. So now that those are done and they're all nice and even, we are going to move on to our next. Look at how pretty that wood is, you guys. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. Look at that gray in there. Obsessed. Okay, so we're going to measure these to 18 inches wide. Again, mark that spot 1 notch above the 18, because we're keeping in mind our blade. And we are going to cut 3 pieces. And then we are going to do the same steps. We're going to make sure that they are all even with each other. And then we'll move on to our next spot. Make sure you guys are using protective gear, gloves, glasses, because sawdust, it sucks if you get it in your eyeballs, okay? And I couldn't tell you how many splinters I've gotten when I don't wear gloves doing this. Look at that piece of wood. You guys, sometimes I go in and I'll just buy the wood because it's so pretty, and then I have no idea what I'm supposed to do with it because, yeah. Okay, so here I'm just making sure that they're all even. I don't have to do any more cuts. And you guys, stroke of genius. I was getting my scrap wood out to create these 3-inch pieces. And, not 3-inch, 6-inch, sorry. I hope I put that right on there. They are 6-inch pieces. And I found these with the notches in them where like the tree limb was. And I was like, I can totally put the dowels in there. I was like, go girl. But if you didn't have obviously a piece like that, you would have to use like a Dremel or something else to create those notches for your dowel. I got this dowel at Hobby Lobby, I believe. It was like $1.69, and it was actually a really pretty wood. You can see like the wood grains in it and stuff. And now you guys are going to sand everything. We sand because we want to get those rough edges off. We want to get those splinters off. You want to get that coat of dirt and debris and all that stuff off your wood. Make sure you are getting the ends of it. That is what splits the most when you are cutting. So you want that to be nice and smooth. I do use a 80 grit with this. It's a very rough sandpaper. You can always go after with a smooth one like 200, 220 if you want it buttery soft, but I wasn't too concerned here with that. And now our stain. Okay, so I'm using this weathered oak, and y'all, it is beautiful. It is almost like using like a mineral oil because it doesn't give the wood much color. It brings out the grain, and it just brings out the grain very beautifully. And make sure to get those end pieces. Now you guys, keep in mind, always pay attention to stain brand, because Mini Wax and Varathane both have a weathered oak. Y'all, they are completely different. Varathane's is like almost like a weathered gray, and Mini Wax is this natural looking finish. I just really wanted to bring that gray out in the wood, and this did it. It's stunning. Make sure when you're putting on the stain too to always check your sides after you're done, because if we have drips from our stain, we want to wipe those off. So now our stain is dry. You want to make sure it's dry for about 24 hours. You'll know if it's dry because you will no longer feel an oily texture to it. And now I'm just going and basically fitting my pieces to make sure I don't have to do any final cuts, to make sure that everything goes where it's supposed to. And then also make sure that you look at your pieces of wood and you decide which sides you want to be on the bottom, or sorry, facing outwards, and which sides you want facing inwards, okay? I went through these and definitely knew which ones I wanted facing outwards because that's what everybody's gonna see. So now we're taking our Gorilla wood glue and we are putting a light streak. And then we're just gonna fold it down, put them together, and then we're gonna repeat the steps for the next one. And then we are going to use some clamps to hold those into place so they don't go anywhere until we can nail that together. So here's hubby. He starts stepping in here to help me. And these wood clamps, you guys, you can get anywhere. They're fairly inexpensive and they usually come in like a 2 or a 4 pack. So I have like these small ones and big ones. So now we're using our 6-inch pieces and I put way too much glue on that, y'all. Okay, so this was a little tricky because you have the wood glue, which is like slimy and moving around, and then I'm also going to be trying to use the nail gun, but your piece of wood is moving at the same time because the wood glue is still wet. You picking up what I'm putting down over here? So it was a little tricky at first. Husband tried to hold it, that didn't work, and then I just went ham and was like, all right, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna go for it. So I go for it. Now I don't show you here, but I nailed the right and the left. You need to make sure you get the center too. My husband's like, what about the piece of wood in the middle? And I'm like, you don't know it all. Maybe it'll work right there. Well, I listened to him anyway, so don't tell him that though. All right, sorry, the kids interrupted. Had to press pause. Now we're going at it again. All right, so here is our nails. Okay, so here, see, I'm putting it in the middle. I listened to him. Sometimes the husbands are right. I know, ladies, don't quote me on that. It's fine. Okay, so there is our first piece, and you're gonna repeat that with the second piece. And you guys, I was flying by the seat of my pants because I had never done this before. I mean, I work with wood for signs, but we don't usually make like furniture or shelving or anything like that. I mean, the most we've put together are like the solo cup boxes and toilet organizer boxes, but nothing like this. Oh, I lied. My husband's made a kennel table, like the tables that go over your dog kennel. Yeah, we've made one of those. Okay. Anyways, I'm babbling. Had too much coffee already. Okay, so right here, I am just trying to figure out where I want my shelves to be. And I know for sure I need at least like a 1/2 inch to 1 inch above where that dowel is going to be. That way you can take the dowel in and out if you choose to. And I found a nifty way of keeping my spot, not my spot, but like knowing where I want to put my piece of wood and keeping it even. So I put this green painter's tape on and just lifted it up. And that was like my stroke of genius. I'm sure there is an easier way to do this, but like I said, it was my first time, so I went with it. My husband was in the back doing, or the backyard doing something, and I was like, I'm just gonna try this by myself. If I ruin it, I ruin it, whatever. So then the husband walks in, and of course he's like, do you even know if those are straight? And I'm like, they look straight. And he was like, let's get the speed square. So I didn't think of this, and because even if you nail them in, they look straight, they could slope downwards or upwards. So the speed square helped give you like a flush line so you knew it was sitting even. And I was like, oh, so second time you're right. Whatever. But that was really helpful. And as you can see, I've gotten so much use out of that speed square. So I highly recommend if you're working with wood or anything like that, you pick you up one. And this is where I'm like, yes, I made a shelf. You guys, I am seriously so proud of myself. Like, my husband didn't help me with any of this except these little parts at the end. And I'm just really proud of myself. That's why I love these challenges, you guys, because it really takes you out of your comfort zone and makes you try things that maybe you wouldn't have. Like, I wouldn't have like looked at Pinterest and been like, I'm going to try to make that shelf today. But it was something that I'm like, I know I can do that and show people how to do it for way less than $220. So we're putting our D-hooks on here. There will be a link in my Amazon box. And y'all, what do you think? This is the look for less. And you guys, I spent $13 to make this. $13, okay? And the stain, I already had the stain, but you guys can just do the steel wool and vinegar, and it would give you probably the same exact look, if not better. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you were able to get clear instructions on how to make this yourself. I appreciate you stopping by my channel and watching.
Please subscribe.
What?
Please subscribe.
Say subscribe. Back up, baby. Say subscribe and give us a big thumbs up.
Subscribe, thumbs up.